So there is one thing that I feel like I desperately need in The Sims 4. It's just a little update. It's not even that big a deal, but gosh, it would make all the difference for building in The Sims. And I feel like a lot of you guys might be wanting the same thing. So let me know in the comments down below if you agree. Before we get to that little thing that is my special request, I wanted to let you guys know that I have a creator code. So if you are planning on buying anything from the EA app or Origin that is for The Sims 4, you can use my code word Deligracy and that'll help support me as a creator. Unfortunately, it's not a discount code, but I really appreciate it if you use it anyway. So the thing that I would love to see updated in The Sims 4 is actually just the base game wallpapers. I feel like it's not a crazy update or anything. It's not a crazy request, but we've had the same basic wallpapers for like 8 years, and I would really love to see our basic walls updated with more contemporary swatches, because I've used like all of these swatches and there's a point where you can't really create anything new. So it does become a little bit boring and restricted. So I would love to see this plain but pretty wallpaper updated. Plain but pretty is a really handy wallpaper because it can suit both traditional and modern homes. So I feel like if there was one wallpaper to update, it would be this one. The other one that's really good is the basic wallpapers with white trim, but these look a little bit more traditional because they do have this detailing at the top and extra detailing on the bottom. So my request would be this one. And don't you worry, you guys, I have prepared today's video presentation with swatches ready to use. The Sims team, I give you permission to take these swatches and create them. And you know what? Maybe you could put them in like a Sims delivery or a base game update. You don't have to credit me or anything. So I created a presentation called Friendly Request Deligracy.pdf, and I am gonna send it to The Sims. But I thought I would like to see actually how many of you guys would enjoy an update like this. And also there's a chance they'll never actually get what I sent. So if I put it in a video, maybe they'll see it here. So what is the request? A request for additional swatches added to the plain but pretty base game wallpaper. How? Via a Sims delivery or base game patch. Why? This could offer both contemporary colors and versatile classic neutrals lacking in the game. It could encourage players to experiment with building an interior design. It gives incentive to enjoy fresh and new gameplay. I feel like I'm going back to when I was at school and uni and I'd do these presentations. It's kind of fun. So in my examples, I have a screenshot. It's kind of hard to see what it is, but the gray bit's just concrete flooring. The white bit's the existing skirting on the wallpaper. And then the colored bit is my suggested color swatch. I've organized the colors into 5 categories. So first up, we have neutral swatch ideas. Neutral swatches are so important because the idea is they're neutral. They're gonna go with like everything, but they obviously all give a slightly different feel. So we're really needing a dark gray, an earthy brown gray that's lighter, a true gray, a mid gray, even a greeny white, and like an eggshell color and a sandy color. I feel like all of these neutrals would be really, really handy to have in the game. And like I said, they would go with kind of everything, but they just look a little bit more modern. These are great because they can be modern and traditional. The next idea I had was green swatch ideas. Greens are one of my favorites at the moment, and green is very, very trendy. Like there's a lot of green around, whether it's in interior design or fashion. So I love these like eucalyptus greens, leafy greens, as well as like the more vibrant one over here if you want to pack a little bit of punch in the game. So you might be saying, but Deli, we already have this green in the game. Yeah, but it's in this wallpaper, and this wallpaper doesn't really work for contemporary builds. I mean, some contemporary, but not really like true modern builds. So that's why I feel like we need it in this color. Also, some of these are great wall colors, but the skirting color is like yellow or blue, which also is a bit more restrictive. Another thing which could be really cool, although I don't want to overcomplicate my request, is, you know, if you have like a double wall height and you use the perfect but pretty wallpaper on both levels, you're going to see the skirting board cut halfway, which is kind of a shame. So it'd be really cool if we could also get the colors as a plain wallpaper too, so then you can stack them. So back to my presentation. The reason why I've gone for these greens and not like all vibrant or all pastel is because one, we already have a pastel green, which is this one, and interestingly, one that's quite similar, but a little bit more minty. We already have those. But also because the more muted a color is, generally, it can be a little bit more versatile. I love this like teal green too. I think that would be so nice. And also just these like true greens, and the gray green would be really handy. I want these so badly in the game. Now, some of you might be thinking, well, Deli, why don't you just make it as custom content and then you can use it? Well, the thing is, for people on console, they can't use custom content. So they're not going to be able to use these wallpapers. And two, sometimes I don't want custom content switched on in my game because I can't share my builds to the gallery to people who don't have custom content. And it's always nice when things are actually official. The next swatches I have in my friendly Deligracy request are blue swatches. Of course we need blues. Now, we do have a lot of blues in the game, but again, for this particular wallpaper, we only have the electric blue and this navy blue. The navy is quite nice, but yeah, there's not really much in between. We definitely have blues in these other wallpapers, which vary a bit more, and they're really useful, but again, only for like more traditional homes. My favorite blue is actually this one. I use this one so much. So it'd be great to have more options for this wallpaper and the plain one. So this blue is very similar to the one we have on the more traditional looking wallpaper. This one's definitely more rich and a bit more vibrant. But then we also have the muted colors like this grayish blue, navy blue, and some more uplifting blues as well. I feel like this is the perfect collection of blue colors. This next slide is a bit of fun. It's both pinks and purples. We do have a lot of pink in the game, but again, it's only really for this wallpaper. I really like these rosy colors. These are some of my favorites. And we also have a really nice eggshell color. So I've kind of recreated a couple of these, but also added a few others. And I really love this soft pinky purple color, the purpley gray, and of course the true purples. This purple right here is basically what we already have in the game, this wallpaper right here, and that's a really good color. I also feel like this one could be so good for traditional builds or European builds. Like, I love this eggshell color, especially when you merge it with greens. It looks so good. Last of all, I have earthy warm swatches, and these ones are some of my favorites. I love these, like burnt oranges, browns. This is kind of a greeny browny color, but I felt like it was a little bit more warm and earthy. And of course, a yellow. It's always nice to have a good yellow color as well. And I mean, there's so many other colors I could add to this presentation, but I guess I wanted to pick the ones that I thought would be the most useful and the most versatile. And to be honest, if these colors were never used in The Sims 4, I would probably ask someone to turn them into custom content so I could at least use them anyway. So I'll look into that. If you're a custom content creator and you're happy to just make all of these into CC wallpapers, let me know. And yeah, let me know if you would like to have these wallpapers in the game, if you think this would be a really cool base game update, or feel free to let me know if it's just not something you're interested in at all and there's other things you would prefer. I guess there are like big things such as cars, open worlds, those types of things and additions to the game obviously would take a lot more time and budget. So I feel like this request is actually quite doable. So fingers crossed other people want it, and maybe the Sims will get to see this video and maybe think it's a good idea. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Let me know if you'd like to see more videos like this. And as always, I hope you're having a lovely morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. I can't wait to speak to you all soon. Oh, and also I almost forgot, there's something on my mouth. Thank you so much to my members for supporting this channel. You guys are absolute legends. Love you so much. Dag dag!